Welcome to IgentForm program. In this short film I will show how to define a circle-based structure with a roof created from trusses. We start with sections definitions, which will be used in our project. I defined one section for beams, one for columns, and one for plates. By default, on 3D view, sections are shown according to material color, but here I use the possibility to assign color for sections. This will override the default settings, so different sections from the same material will have different colors for better clarity. Let's start to define the structure. As IgentForm is parametric modeler, our structure consists of three masses, which are independently parametrized. I choose a circle for first mass contour, and I change its diameter to required value. Now I set defined sections for corner columns and upper plates. Then I set mass height. Next step is middle columns definition. So I set the number and I assigned a section. For beams definition, I will use rectangular grid. I want to have cross from beams, so I set a number of axes equals to 1 for both directions, and I assigned a section for these beams. For contour beams, I simply parameterize contour lines. The number is always equal to number of contour sides. For circle, we have always two lines. We have also possibility to define offsets for beams in relation to plate. Here I switch off this parameter. Now second mass definition. First, I simply copy first mass. Next, I benefit from the possibility to position one mass in relation to another mass. I put the second mass on the top of first mass. Finally, I change the second mass height. In case of third mass, I copy previous mass, I position it, and after switching off a roof plate, we are ready with our structure except the roof. Let's define our roof in the form of cone. First, I define some parameters for grid, number of axes and grid type. In this case, I choose radial grid. Now I choose one of predefined points, namely contour center point, and I elevate it to required height. We can form our roof by choosing predefined or user-defined curve as a roof shape parameter. For cone, I set a triangle. And now the final phase of roof creation. I would like to have trusses on all defined grid axes coming from center point and steel profiles on second direction axis. So I set steel profile for one direction, and I profit from the functionality that truss is a section type in IgentForm. So I assign a truss section to appropriate direction, and I adjust some parameters. In this case, I set the beginning height of truss to 0, and I choose a type of diagonals. And our structure in less than 3 minutes 30 seconds is ready, what seems to be about 4 times faster than doing it in traditional way. A reference example, robot structural analysis curved beam in plan with roof truss, can be found in the network. It remains only to export the structure to Autodesk Robot Structural Analysis program, using dedicated API interface and saving it in RTD format. IgentForm supports also other formats like DXF, IFC and OBJ. Thanks to it, model created in IgentForm can be easily exchanged with other commonly used programs. Model exported in RTD format is calculation model, so after opening it in Autodesk Robot Structural Analysis, it is generally ready for calculations. Now in RSA, I change display mode for sections and make a verification of model correctness. In traditional modeling, once model is created, modifications are relatively difficult and time-consuming. These modifications may come from project changes in later phases of design or mistakes in modeling. In practice, in many cases, this can lead to situation that significant parts of the model must be created from beginning. Innovative parametric approach gives a unique opportunity and benefits. By simple means, we can adjust our structure to new demands. I will show it in a few simple examples. First, let's imagine that we would like to change a diameter of the structure. So I go to contour dimensions and I change the diameter. All masses are based on the same contour, so as a result the whole structure is automatically adjusted. The same with the roof. We can freely change its height and shape using all defined curves. Here I play with a few curves, and roof structure, including trusses, follows these changes. Also, it is very simple if I would like to change number of axes in grid or truss type. I get the required state by changing appropriate parameter. I invite you to watch other movies showing IgentForm amazing possibilities. Thank you very much for your attention.